Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so we had some Laker basketball tonight. Can you believe it? It's been what, almost 100? What did they say? 183 games? I don't days rather since the last Laker basketball game. So, needless to say, it's been long overdue for us to enjoy some basketball here. We got that tonight, even though the Lakers did not get the victory. 105-75 was the score. We were on the wrong end of it, but who cares? It's preseason. No one really. We're not going to overreact to preseason. I think the most important aspect of the night was just seeing everybody get a chance to get an opportunity. And when I say everybody, I literally mean everybody. When you're talking about the Sacramento Kings, they had 20 people play tonight. I've never seen anything like that in an NBA game. I don't think anything like that has ever been done before. And only one of them didn't score. 19 people score in one NBA basketball game. I thought that was fascinating. I want to tip my hat to Mike Brown for doing something that I didn't know could be done. And the fact of the matter is, all of those people, like almost all of them, had a plus minus that was positive. So when you have something like that going on, uh, it opens your mind a little bit to just the possibilities of what can be done on a basketball floor when you see a guy play 19 players and they win by 30 points. However that game goes in terms of it being preseason or whatever, just the sheer notion that something like that can be done opens your mind to possibilities that maybe we just haven't seen before. Like, could that be a norm? Could that actually be a thing? I don't know. I can't imagine it could. But when you consider how much success he had doing it, for whatever it's worth, I think it could be the beginning of something. So, I don't know. But I thought it was kind of cool. But all in all, the Lakers look great. I mean, look, I don't assess the game based on the score. So, from what I saw, I got what I wanted. You know what I mean? It's like this. This is the best way I know how to describe what I saw. The things that I saw that the players do well, I saw them do well. The things that I saw players do not so well, I saw them do not so well. So I was not surprised by what I saw from the players that I saw tonight. And what I was hoping to see was them do the things that I wanted to see them do well. And so that's it. That's just the end. I know we don't have an offense. We're not running any. Well, we have an offense. We're just not accustomed to it as of yet. We're still trying to implement it and get guys learning it. So you saw a lot of turnovers tonight. You saw guys forcing stuff. You saw mistimed situations. And so that was perfectly fine. It's exactly what you expect to see in the first preseason game. So I'm not unhappy at all. I thought that we gave the young guys, Pippen and Christie, a lot of playing time in the second half. They were aggressive, and I liked that. They struggled some, turning the ball over, forcing things. That's perfectly okay. Cole Swider struggles a little bit, even though we saw what he needed to do, which was hit a couple open shots. I really was impressed with Scottie Pippen's passing ability, being able to draw the defense and then kick it out to an open man in a certain spot that would be, like unexpected. Like the ball would just pop up and be in an open spot, and you're like, wow, how the heck did he get the ball over there? And he does it very consistently. So I'm learning that you got to let him do that. Get him the ball, let him draw and kick, because he seems to have a gift for that off rip. I also like how he attacks the interior in terms of like mid-range, sort of like Jalen Brunson type of angles and stuff like that. He has a lot of that in his game. So really good stuff from Scottie. I like what I saw, even though the struggles and the turnovers and all that. I didn't think that was necessarily a functionality of them making mistakes, but just more so trying to force the offense that they're learning. Him and Christie, the exact same thing. So yeah, that's something I was looking for and saw, and I was not unhappy about. The bigs were excellent, as I said in the first half video that you guys can go check out, where I initially reacted to Bron and AD, because they didn't really play in the second half. So I feel like, for the most part, I saw good things from my team. I know that we're limited. And the problem that we have right now is the players that we need to do certain things are not going to be on the floor to do other things. You know what I mean? It's like we're not complete necessarily at all. The players that we need to shoot the ball are not going to be able to defend very well. The players that we need to defend can't really shoot the ball. Our best rebounders are deficient in certain areas. So it's that kind of thing, which is why the trade is going to be necessary. But all in all, you can see where LeBron James and Anthony Davis and and Patrick Beverly are going to be able to impose their will, and the guys that we have in these roles are going to be able to do just enough to where we should be able to really have good games a lot of the time. I don't expect us to be a great team early on until that trade is made or those trades are made. But for the time being, with the team that we have, if our stars are playing great, we can do damage because those guys can rebound, those guys can hit shots. They're going to be active. They're going to give us enough rest for those guys. So we should have a pretty healthy season because we have a lot of young bodies and a lot of size. So that's what I'm hopeful it will translate to being over throughout the course of the season. So I'm not unhappy at all. You know, I didn't look at Darvin Ham and say, "Yo, why didn't you play everybody tonight?" No, I think I think what Mike Brown did was unprecedented. And I would not say start doing something that you didn't plan to do, but what I will say is, in future years, that might be the way you want to try to do it, to where you see everybody in one night. But, you know, I mean, there's a million different ways to try to do it. I'm sure we're going to see guys play that didn't play tonight. But you'll see a lot of guys on our side that got DNPs, and I'm almost certain that contributed directly to the score. Because ultimately they just kept fresh bodies on the floor at all times. And kept giving us different looks it's hard to match up with. So, you know, this wasn't really about being competitive. You know, our coach made a statement earlier saying it was going to be ugly. He expected the score to be all over the place. Didn't know if we were going to win or lose. It didn't matter. And I agree. Totally agree. You just want to take a look at certain things. You want to see certain lineups. You want to give guys certain assignments. You want to put guys in certain positions. You know, that's it. First preseason game. You want to see if guys can be a little loose. You want to see what kind of conditioning guys look against talent that isn't yourself on the practice floor. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about. Preseason. It was nice to see Braun out there. Nice to see Braun out there for a minute. Even though he didn't hit any shots, it didn't matter. He was running around. That's good enough for me. AD looked excellent in the first half, as we talked about in that video. I mean, 11 and 11. I think he probably finished with that. I don't even think he played the second half, but yeah, I was too busy making the video reaction at halftime to actually catch the first part of the third quarter. So I kind of missed a lot of what happened there. But you know what really kind of went left for the Lakers was just Keegan Murray, man. He really does a fantastic job of making timely plays on both sides of the floor. And one thing that I remember hearing about in regards to him is the fact that he's very good in the passing lane. So the Sacramento Kings have several players that are all very good at that. So if you make errant passes against them, yeah, it's going the other way, and they're turning it into a couple points. So what they were able to do is get a lot of points off of turnovers, which is something that they're probably going to have as an identity for themselves. They're thieves. They got some of the best defenders out there, and they really, really play well in transition, and they got some great shooters too. And that's why I think the Sacramento Kings may actually be a playoff team this year, depending on how health goes for them. They just got way more talent than they've had, maybe since the Chris Webber days. Honestly, I'm pretty certain it's the best team they've had since then. So look out for that team. Keegan Murray, like I said, he is not to be played with. He's a legitimate player on both sides. What else did I see out there? They got a lot of guys from our team. They picked up, a couple of them. Quinn Cook, of course, champ with the Lakers in 2020, and Kent Bazemore, who of course played a couple stints with us, including last year. So they were part of the rotation. We saw a few guys that I've never seen before, man, but they played very well tonight. I know Ozi Okpala, who played with the Miami Heat for the last couple of years, is now with Sacramento. did some good things out there. Kevin Herter, who could stretch the floor very well and do a lot of intangible things. Very key player for the Sacramento Kings. We saw him tonight. De'Aaron Fox looked excellent out there, as I told you guys in that video. He just played very well. I mean, God, if De'Aaron Fox is gonna have a season like he started off looking tonight, if this is a prelude to that, this is an all-star year for that dude. So be very, very aware of De'Aaron Fox. Of course, Sabonis played in a little bit, had a couple blocks, did some good things. Of course, you know what to expect from Sabonis, one of the best centers out there. All in all, we just saw a limited amount from the stars on both teams. Very, very short amount. Davion Mitchell came out there, did some things, made his presence felt. Chezi Metu, I saw him do some good things defensively. Attempted a three, didn't make it, but he's not the guy to leave open, and we left him open. I hope we don't think that's the way to go. It's not. So that's just the type of thing we're going to be running into against the Sacramento Kings. We'll obviously see them a lot since they're in our division, and unfortunately, that's going to be tough, man. I'm not certain they're not a better team than us, especially if we don't have AD and LeBron James playing at their very best level together. So, obviously, again, preseason doesn't tell us anything about anything, but what I do know is we're going to have to deal with them. We're going to have to deal with them a lot. So, turning the ball over against Sacramento, know this early. Can't do it. And they're going to force some, which is why you have to take care of the basketball. Russell Westbrook had a good game. Most of what it is that he did, I did not see, to be completely and utterly honest with you. I just so happened to miss his moments in the game. But for the most part, he did some good things statistically from what I saw. Still saw some moments when he kind of turned the ball over, some things that were off rhythm, stuff like that. But it's a good thing, because at this point, if he does start to struggle, we have so many guards to where it's just like, all right, come on out, no problem. We don't ever have to leave him out there to struggle. And while that might not be good for him because it cuts down on his playing time greatly, ultimately for our team, we have so much insurance for him to where we ain't going to see so much of the blooper reel and all that. He starts doing that stuff and he's going to go to the bench. So very, very pleased with that dynamic this season. Yeah, man. Patrick Beverley running around looked great out there. The effort that we saw from him was tremendous, getting to the line. You can make up your points in other ways, and that's one of the things that he showed us tonight. Wasn't able to really score the ball very much, but you looked up, he had 9 points on one field goal. Why? Because he got to the line. So that type of stuff is very, very important. You can see how you can help your teams, no matter your team, even when you struggle. So that's what I saw there. And the score was lopsided. Hey, man, it really came down to Keegan Murray and Malik Monk, our very own Malik Monk. They kind of sparked the run that kind of blew the game open. Before that, we were doing all right. But, a couple bad turnovers here and there, a couple big shots from those guys, and then the floodgates opened up, and that was just about more or less letting us see our youngsters after that. So, good game, man. Good game. If you ignore the score and don't have any expectations, you're happy. You want to see the guys continue to keep that same energy, the same effort. You look for chemistry things, how guys are interacting early on. Everything was on the up and up as far as I saw. Guys were picking each other off the floor, interacting, looking each other in the eye, just getting off to a good start and establishing that chemistry. So overall, I give it an A, man, really. I mean, the only thing I can honestly say is you want to see guys continue to stay focused on the defensive end through the entire play. I saw sequences where the Lakers would play 22 seconds of great defense, and then the last 2 seconds would just be a breakdown to finally give up the play. So you can see where we'll get better there, and that kind of thing is just it's just part of the being so very early in the season. So from a defensive standpoint, I'm super encouraged. Love what I saw from an effort standpoint. I just want to see guys talk a little more. If I want to give honest critique, I think we saw situations where guys didn't communicate, and as a result, you might have seen a couple of steals that the Sacramento Kings were able to get from the weak side, that kind of thing. So just stuff I'm sure that they'll talk about in practice. So practice is key. Last year, our Lakers did not get a whole lot of practice time together because of how things were going with the roster and COVID protocol and various different things that were happening, keeping the team from being able to get consistent practice time. So this season, hopefully, with an entirely new coaching regime, entirely new situation, entirely new attitude, all those other things are absent. Hopefully, we can just get that consistent playing time early and have a much more cohesive and together unit this season. So, 30-point loss, yeah, we love winning. Never feels good to lose, but in a preseason game like this, you're happy to just see NBA basketball finally back. That's what it's all about. Everybody's healthy. Nobody got hurt to my knowledge. Hopefully, we'll get a report that says everything's on the up and up. And on to the next one on Wednesday. I believe we play I think it's Phoenix, but don't quote me on that, but I believe it might be Phoenix. So, of course, we'll give you all the updates on that, react to it as we do. And that's pretty much what I got for you, man. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching.